Hello and welcome back to the Players' Championship. We resume playing at the 11th hole. Let's get out there. Oh, caught up in some branches. Here we have the second shot into the 11th. Opting for the 3-wood. I know it hasn't come up exactly how they imagine in their mind, Rich, but you've got to like that play.
And what a rare miss today. They've been so good with their approach shots.
So much easier when you roll like that, isn't it?
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
Now 7 strokes up after that hole. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling.
Par 4 12th, a new design in the last couple of years. Water all the way down the left-hand side, but it's a drivable par 4. Most players will bail out to the right, but the brave ones will take on the green with their tee shots. 2s and 3s are easy to come by, but so are 5s and 6s if you get it out of position.
Second shot here on the 12th. Fairways and greens. Easy game, isn't it? Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
A 7-footer right here.
Looking for another birdie here.
Ooh. And that should secure the par on this one. Still in the lead now after that hole. This hole is a par 3.
So many different levels to this green on the par 3, playing 181 yards from the back. You can get it close. You can even make a hole-in-one, but watch out if you hit in the wrong spot on the green. It'll be difficult to two-putt from there.
That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine. Trying to get to 16 under with this putt. Yeah, that's well judged. Okay, let's head to the next. Our current leader is enjoying a 7-stroke advantage. Let's see what happens here at the 14th.
If you hit it down the left-hand side, the golf ball will chase a long way, or you'll be blocked out by some trees. You hit it out to the right, you're going to be on top of a mound, but you'll have a really good idea of what's in front of you. This hole historically plays as one of the toughest ones on the back 9, and it's all because of where that green sits. It sits from right to left with a decent amount of movement in it. It is not straightforward at all. This hole causes players all kinds of problems.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Can't be too aggressive here. Take your medicine and move on. This is down the hill.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Putting for a par here. And down she goes. Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Our current leader is up by a whopping 7 shots now. Teeing off here at the 15th hole.
One of the more simple tee shots on the golf course, par 4, 470 yards. Just a little fade required off the tee to the fairway. The green sits up above the fairway a little bit, surrounded by a couple of bunkers, but I gotta say, I like this hole. It's straightforward, it's simple, before you head into the final 3.
That's tidy. What an opportunity to make a birdie. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
And the player's left with an opportunity to get up and down here from the sand. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And now that finds him in first place. We have a par 5 here. Time to take advantage.
Fun-filled adventure waits. Find the fairway, and let's see how brave you are. Do you want to take on the second shot and try and knock it on the green? Of course you do. But watch out. Lots of water awaiting a wayward second.
Rich, fortune favours the brave at TPC Sawgrass, but no more than here at the 16th.
You better be confident in what your abilities are, because if you get it wrong, you'll find out in a hurry with this second shot here at 16. You miss it right, you're in the drink. You miss it left, you're going to be in some mounds. You can catch a nasty lie, and that's not any place you want to be. It really is a difficult shot from over on the left-hand side. One of the most underrated difficult shots on this golf course. However, you're brave, find the center of the green, make eagle, well, life's good.
11 feet left to the hole.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
That was a gallant attempt. And down it goes. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. We find ourselves on a par 3 here.
Par 3 17th, 137 yards, island green. I've actually seen a caddy throw it onto this green, but with a golf club in your hand, can you hit the green?
Yeah, nicely played.
There's a long way, but I tell you what, I've seen it happen before, so there's a chance.
This would be a great up and down from this spot. Setting up here with a very long putt. That's disappointing. Putting for a par now.
It's looking solid.
Solid par putt, that. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. And now teeing off on the final hole of this round.
It's just one of the most difficult, visually intimidating holes I think you'll ever face in your life. Somehow, try and hit it down the right-hand side of the fairway, keep it out of the rough, and from there, hit it out to the right-hand side of the green somehow, also keeping it out of the rough or that pot bunker short right. Listen, you'd be happy to make 5 here, that's for sure. 4s are magnificent. 3s are unicorns. They really don't happen that much. It is such a difficult, demanding finishing hole, probably one of the toughest in championship golf.
And here we are with the third shot. A chance to save the par if he can make this one.
This is looking solid, what they wanted.
Round now in the books. Good luck next time. And as the second round comes to a close, they've continued their wonderful play. A nice buffer there on top of the leaderboard.
Flawless is what this player has been through 2 rounds so far, Luke. Absolutely flawless. Amazing performance.
Well, that's all we've got time for today on 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Players' Championship. Today's coverage is about to start. Pleased you could join us for this third round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam. And Rich, this player starts their round in the lead. What's the game plan for them today?
This player just needs to keep going out and just staying as relaxed as they have been. And don't take unnecessary chances. Just keep it simple. Find some fairways, find some greens, hole a few putts if you will, and see where it lands at the end of the day.
Big day coming up. Can't wait to see how it unfolds, Rich. This should be an absolute beauty.
You've been here a long time, haven't you, today? You have way too much energy for me.
Caffeine's just kicking in now.
Oh, boy.
He sits in first position. Time to tee off at the second.
Drive it out to the right-hand side to give yourself a good look at reaching this green in two.
Good-looking shot, this. Playing from around 240 yards. Well, that's a tremendous shot and sets up a wonderful opportunity.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in two and get rewarded for it.
That wasn't your best effort, was it? Oh, these are good for the momentum, these ones, right on 8 feet.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
A wonderful putt. You can claim it. Back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
And our intrepid on-course reporter, John, standing by.
Down on the 11th hole. This is Justin Thomas's next shot.
And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. Let's see what happens here at the third hole.
Such a cool little par 3. Love this green. There's a low section in the front and a high section in the back. And anytime they put the pin all the way in the back section of this green, well, I tell you what, good luck on you. If you miss this green long and or left, that bunker sits some 5 feet below the surface of the green.
This one heading towards the green. Oh, terrific approach and a chance for birdie here at the third.
Gotta like their chances from there.
Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves, a chance to keep it rolling.
Just a small little twisty par 4. Just going to take out a fairway wood, find the fairway, and from there you're going to have a small second shot, probably a wedge. 3 distinct sections to this green, the front, the right, and the back left, and all of them have their difficulties when hitting your approach shot into them. However, in my mind's eye, if you find the fairway, you should have a decent look for birdie.
Well, that's comfortably on the dance floor. Well played. Good look at a birdie here. You can mark it down. That's birdie number 4 today.
Trying to make a statement early and often.
Well, this player's mighty fine. Their lead is now 9 after that performance. And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum.
Huge mounding down the left-hand side that you want to avoid at all costs. The bunker down the right-hand side, to be fair, is not that bad. But a little further right of that, though, that's the water. You want no part of it. Second shot is downhill to a green. To be fair, that's mostly flat, runs from back left to front right, but one of the more benign greens on this layout.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
Looking really good.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one. Johnny Mack, what's the news?
Down here on the 14th hole, guys. This is Justin Thomas's next shot.
It's time to check on the leaderboard. Our current leader now enjoying a 9-stroke lead. Here we are at the 6th hole.
I missed the tree. I thought that was a really cool feature of this hole. You had to flight it underneath the tree Back in the day to find the fairway. The bunker down the left-hand side has been expanded quite a bit as the lake on the left-hand side has been added as well. The front part of this green is protected by tall palm trees that will certainly make you think on your second shots. This is a wonderful little par 4.
Getting ready to play their third. Oh, I thought that one was going in. Oh, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Leading by 8 strokes now after that hole. Welcome to the tee of a par 4.
Par 4, 451 yards, all sorts of danger down the left-hand side. Hit your tee shot out to the right. Second shot, find the green, 2-putt, and sprint to the tee on the 8th.
And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
Yeah, he's about 155 from this hole location.
Come on, get down. Oh. Well, you've got to give some credit there. That was the right club on the right line. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard. Well, it's time to head back down to the fairways. John, what's up, mate?
I'm down on the 16th hole as Justin Thomas gets ready for his next shot.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our leader really starting to gap the field now. Their advantage is 9 shots. Just a couple to play here on the opening 9. Here's the tee shot at the 8th.
Par 3, 237 yards in length. A brute, to say the least. It is a tough hole surrounded by bunkers. If you can make 3 here, you're a happy person.
Justin Thomas, he looks like he's having an absolute blast out there today. That was a fantastic shot into this green.
Ouch, that hurts. This is a par putt. That's a good putt to make, that one. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. Welcome to this hole. It's a par 5. That was wonderfully done. It's been a good year. 3 wins so far this season. Wonderfully played. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Oh, yes! What a shot.
Love it. Nicely holed for eagle.
Well, I think that warrants another look. Let's see that again.
Great feel, great judge, great speed. Yeah, I like this.
John, give us an update. What's shaking?
Down on hole number 18 as Justin Thomas gets ready to hit.
Let's return to live play now. Well, Rich, as we make the turn to the back 9, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, after 9, so far so good. It's great to see these 2 players stepping up, getting the best out of the games. It'll be interesting to see exactly who's going to be ahead at the end of the tournament.
Pretty good shot there.
Playing this shot from 120 yards. Well, this one's right at the pin. That is one of the best shots you will see.
Almost a gimme birdie there, Luke. Fantastic.
Currently in first position. Teeing off now at the 11th hole.
Par 5, 558 yards long. Avoid the fairway bunkers down the left-hand side And you might have a hope of going for it in two. However, you better be brave and you better know what you're doing, because this green will call you out on the second shots if you're not careful. Nicely done.
This putt is about 16 feet. Just didn't drop. A birdie putt awaits. Oh, what a round this is. 7 birdies today.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one.
Par 4 12th, a new design in the last couple of years. Water all the way down the left-hand side, but it's a drivable par 4. Most players will bail out to the right, but the brave ones will take on the green with their tee shots. 2s and 3s are easy to come by, but so are 5s and 6s if you get it out of position.
Second shot here on the 12th.
This one's got eyes for the flagstick.
That was special. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
An extraordinary performance. This player is now 12 strokes in front of the field. Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Oh, that's a great shot and sets up a birdie look here at the 13th.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
Oh, so close. Big putt for par coming up. Still in the lead now after that hole. This hole is a long par 4.
If you hit it down the left-hand side, the golf ball will chase a long way, but you'll be blocked out by some trees. You hit it out to the right, you're going to be on top of a mound, but you'll have a really good idea of what's in front of you. This hole historically plays as one of the toughest ones on the back 9, and it's all because of where that green sits. It sits from right to left with a decent amount of movement in it. It is not straightforward at all. This hole causes players all kinds of problems.
This putt coming up is for birdie. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. Let's see what happens here on the 15th.
Players do hit through a chute off this tee shot, which makes it a little bit simpler, I believe, for the players. Bunker down the right-hand side is no good because you'll have trees blocking you out with your second shot. If you miss it left into the pine straw, now you've got some trees blocking you out there, so finding the fairway is imperative. This green is no fun. You find the center of the green and you might be able to putt every single day, but in all reality, you have to find the correct section in order to give yourself the best look at making a putt.
Just 6 feet between he and the hole.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
Oh, well played.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
Leading by a phenomenal 12 strokes after that one. Stepping up to the 16th tee now.
Fun-filled adventure waits. Find the fairway, and let's see how brave you are. Do you want to take on the second shot and try and knock it on the green? Of course you do. But watch out. Lots of water awaiting a wayward second.
This is beautiful to watch.
Absolutely love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
Oh, birdie with big wings. Great putt. Let's see what happens here at the 17th.
When you play here in a practice round, it looks like you could just throw it on there. But when you're in a tournament round, it doesn't even look like it exists. The hole changes so much when the tournament starts. That's what I love about it. You just add 35,000 people who are having some fun and ready to heckle you if you knock it in the water. Good luck. Enjoy.
But he just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field. What a putt to hole. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. And now striding to the final tee of this round.
Par 4, 462 yards, and you're going to find out what kind of player you are when you tee off here. How brave are you? How much do you trust your swing? If you find the fairway, that's a great start, but the second shot awaits.
Choosing the 9-iron here. That might be one club too many. Well, that's beautifully judged. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. I like the look of this. That signs off on this player's performance for the day. Well, I don't know about you, Rich, but I've been in absolute awe of this player's performance. Has built a huge advantage going into the final round.
Always good to be out in first place. That means you can afford to make a mistake tomorrow, but you don't want to make too many of them with the chasing back and lurking behind.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvy, "2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Players' Championship is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this final round action. Luke Elvy alongside 2002 PGA winner Rich Beem. And Rich, do you fancy this player's chances?
Even with this massive lead, there is no lead large enough, I have to say. It's a very uncomfortable situation because there's only one place to go, and that's down. So this player has got to be aware of that, go out and try and play as rock solid the first 3 or 4 holes as humanly possible to continue that lead.
Can't wait to get into the action. Very excited to see how this player fares today.
Well, you love this player. Why wouldn't you wait to see how this player plays? You have a poster of this player at home, don't you?
A 2.
Okay.
That shot's so good, we need to have another look.
Well, Luke, I think he's found his distance.
He's currently sitting in first place. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. And after a birdie at the last, they take the honour on the hole.
Driver not necessarily required here because you have to shape your tee shot from right to left. And if you're a right-handed golfer, that's not the easiest thing to do. So lefties have a better opportunity, I think, of finding this fairway than most with driver. From there, a second shot over a long bunker to a green that's very narrow, dotted by pot bunkers. Truly is one of the coolest par 5s on this layout.
Going with the hybrid. That's the right option. Put it back in play. Rich, what kind of mojo do you think this player's got after winning in their last start?
This player has more confidence, I believe, than any other player in the field at the moment. This should be another good week for him.
Let's head over to the 10th. A couple under at this stage. Let's catch up with the current proceedings. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Yeah, guys, he's looking at around 17 feet. This for back-to-back birdies.
Okay, steady now. It's just about 3 feet away.
This is what they have left for par.
And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. Teeing off here at the 3rd hole.
Par 3, just 177 yards from the back, but this green is always firm. Be wary of that.
Come on, get a good bounce to the left. Yep, that shot safely on the green. Never seen a scorecard that doesn't look good with a 2 on it. It was on a good line. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. In she goes. Let's head to the next. He sits in first position. We have a par 4 on this one.
Par 4, 384 yards from the back. A long snake-like bunker down the right-hand side to a cool little green with all sorts of movement on it. A very fun hole to play indeed.
Second shot here on the 4th.
Yeah, the wind's really starting to blow, but that didn't faze them.
And this putt will take them to 5 under. Okay, let's get back to the action. A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Better than most.
Gee, talking about bursting out of the gates.
That sets a positive tone for the player, doesn't it?
And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. Always the toughest hole in the game. A long par 4.
Par 4, 471 yards from the back. Drive it out to the left-hand side to give yourself the best angle for your second shot into this long, thin green.
Atta boy, good shot. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Got to make sure to control the flight here because the wind, well, it's straight into their face.
Well, that's a handy shot. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
Well done. Take the birdie.
That is definitely a confidence builder.
No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Now on the tee, fresh off a birdie, a great opportunity to build on that momentum.
Par 4, 393 yards from the back. Most players taking out a long iron or hybrid just for placement in the fairway. This green is surrounded by tall palm trees. Don't get caught out by one.
Second shot here on the 6th. That's some good golf right there. Putting for birdie here. Oh, just missed. And that puddle drop. Well done. Our man on the ground, John, he's down there. What's the news?
Well, we're over on the 14th hole. This is Justin Thomas.
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. Time to face a par 4 now.
And as you can see, there's a long fairway bunker down the left-hand side that makes you believe there's more room left than you actually have. It's just not there. Players should be looking a little bit further right. You find the fairway, your second shot should be straightforward. In fact, Luke, I made a 2 here one time, so that shows you how simple this hole can be.
Good shot there, Beamer. 20 feet to the cup. Ooh. A par putt awaits.
Let's go to our man John on the ground. There's something brewing down there. Let's find out what it is.
I'm over with Justin Thomas here on the 14th now, guys.
And now that finds him in first place. We've reached the 8th hole.
Par 3, 237 yards in length. A brute, to say the least. It is a tough hole surrounded by bunkers. If you can make 3 here, you're a happy person.
Seems to have chosen the 3-wood. Well, that's well played into birdie range here at the 8th. To a 9-foot chance here. Get excited. This could go in. Yeah, you like the look of that right off the blade. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. And that's a nice strike. This one should find the fairway. Time to take their approach shot into the 9th. Well struck.
John, what's going on? Talk to us, Goose.
Down here on the 17th, and this is Justin Thomas.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. How close was that to going down? This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
This is their look at birdie.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5.
2 in a row there, Luke. Getting their groove on.
Lovely position for our leader here, Rich. Out in front, but a few holes to go.
Could be some trying times indeed. Tough holes lay ahead, but yes, you're in the position that you want to be, ahead of the pack.
Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot. That one's heading down Broadway. Looks to me, Rich, that this player has a ton of confidence. Put themselves right back in position to win straight off their last start.
They're going to have to make some birdies coming down the closing stretch, but they have a lot of good vibes coming from that last win. I expect more of the same this week.
And this player seems to not be too intimidated having Justin Thomas in their group today. That was a fantastic shot into this green.
Let's get back to it, shall we? Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
Ooh, right by the hole. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. Ooh, nice line. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. Time to tee off on the 11th.
Par 5, 558 yards long. Avoid the fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and you might have a hope of going for it in 2. However, you better be brave and you better know what you're doing, because this green will call you out on the second shots if you're not careful.
And this player's really going after it here, Rich.
2 big hits there, knocking in on this par 5 and 2.
That was a gallant attempt. Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. Still in the lead now after that hole. This hole is a par 4.
Par 4 12th, a new design in the last couple of years. Water all the way down the left-hand side, but it's a drivable par 4. Most players will bail out to the right, but the brave ones will take on the green with their tee shots. 2s and 3s are easy to come by, but so are 5s and 6s if you get it out of position.
That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite.
Looking for back-to-back birdies here, Luke.
8 feet to the cup.
Looking for another birdie here.
Looks good off the blade. Gets that one to go down, and that's back-to-back birdies.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
He's currently sitting in first place. Well, 13th. That's unlucky for some, Rich.
And this is a really cool par 3. You've got 3 distinct areas on the green, front right, all the way on the left-hand side, and the back right. Wherever they put the pin is going to dictate what shot shape you want to have into that green. I think it's a really cool design because it requires you to think about how you want the golf ball to land on the green and the way you want it to bounce. I think Pete Dye did a great job in designing this green.
Always nice to have a birdie putt. And another one goes. And with it, an increase of his lead. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. It's time to begin this par 4 hole.
If you hit it down the left-hand side, the golf ball will chase a long way, but you'll be blocked out by some trees. You hit it out to the right, you're going to be on top of a mound, but you'll have a really good idea of what's in front of you. This hole historically plays as one of the toughest ones on the back 9, and it's all because of where that green sits. It sits from right to left with a decent amount of movement in it. It is not straightforward at all. This hole causes players all kinds of problems.
Yep, that one's on the dance floor. You can two-putt that for sure. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Setting up this putt 15 feet from the cup. A little birdie look in here.
Yes, they've made it. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole.
One of the more simple tee shots on the golf course, par 4, 470 yards. Just a little fade required off the tee to the fairway. The green sits up above the fairway a little bit, surrounded by a couple of bunkers, but I gotta say, I like this hole. It's straightforward, it's simple, before you head into the final 3.
Going with the pitching wedge here. That should find the surface. Got to admire that talent. Just green after green in regulation.
It has been fantastic to watch all week long. This player is dialed in.
Currently in first position.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
Nicely done. Rich, fortune favours the brave at TPC Sawgrass, but no more than here at the 16th.
You better be confident in what your abilities are, because if you get it wrong, you'll find out in a hurry with this second shot here at 16. You miss it right, you're in the drink. You miss it left, you're going to be in some mounds. You can catch a nasty lie, and that's not any place you want to be. It really is a difficult shot from over on the left-hand side. One of the most underrated difficult shots on this golf course. However, you're brave, find the center of the green, make eagle. Well, life's good.
This putt right on 10 feet. A good one to make.
This one's tracking.
That's frustrating. Just a short putt remaining here. And this is quality play. Still on top of the leaderboard.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. We need this one to bounce right. Well, there's a very good reason why he's leading this tournament, and that's Exhibit A.
I tell you, you just dream about days like today. Greens and regulation, spot on all day. Awesome.
He sits in first position. And now this player tees off their final hole of the event with the lead. Well, you can see why he's leading. That was a shot of high caliber.
Huge tee shot there, Luke. What a display of power.
Now that looked pretty good the whole way. All right, let's keep the focus here. This is to win the event. It's tracking. Oh, so close. Okay, so luckily they've got another chance to get... And that'll do it, Rich. Players' Champion. That's one of the elite wins in their career.
Winning the Players' Championship, Luke, is easily as good as winning any major because the field quality is so amazing. This is going to speak volumes for this player and the career going forward. This is a heck of a win. I can't wait to see what they produce next.
And Rich, mark that down as one of the outstanding wins we'll see this season.
It's always impressive when you see a player outshine their fellow competitors because all of these players are really good, but this player made everybody in the field look very, very average. So good was their performance.
Well, another great day of action here at 2K Sports. On behalf of Rich Beam, the entire hard-working folks and team here, I'm Luke Elvey. We look forward to your company next time. "2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Valspar Championship is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this first-round action. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi, Luke. I'm very happy to be out here. As this event kicks off, our featured group consists of 2 players that appear to have entered into this fantastic rivalry.
Well, it looks like this player is aiming to beat Lexi Thompson, which very few people can boast. This should be an exciting showdown, Henny.
Luke, Lexi's young but has been on tour for about 30, 40 years, it seems. She's been playing forever. She doesn't lack an experience. She can do it all. Not to mention, you'll be looking at her back for most of the day because she'll outdrive you.
Yes, Lexi loves the long ball, and so do we. Good luck in this rivalry because when Lexi gets on top, it's very hard to beat her. And let's see what he can do here today. Handy effort, that one. Time for the second shot into the first. Lovely effort, that. And here we are with the third shot. Oh, well done. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Has to putt this one downhill.
Just didn't drop. An opportunity to make a par here.
This looks like it's got the speed and the line.
He finds himself in a share of 10th place. Water is a feature here at the Copperhead course of Innisbrook Resort, Rich, and it comes into play at the second.
Downhill tee shot. You want to keep your tee shot out to the right as best you can to take out the trees that hug the left-hand side. Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway.
Now this one looks to be heading down the runway. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
Opting for the 9-iron. This should play. Oh, that's a great shot. It sets up a wonderful birdie look here at the second. Was on a good line. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
This is what they have left for par here.
Nice little putt to hole, that one. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
It's been so tight. She's tied here with her rival. And can she pull ahead now?
So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. So no movement there. He stays at even with the card. The Copperhead course at Innisbrook can really bite you, especially if you're slightly wayward, and there's one of those holes right here at the third, Rich.
Decisions to be made. The fairway narrows up. Should you take driver out? Also the water on the right. So players more than likely laying back with some kind of fairway wood.
The ladies' game has been dominated by Koreans for such a long time, but America has been able to have this resurgence basically off the back of Lexi Thompson and the generation she's started to inspire.
Lexi Thompson is so fun to watch because she's got a very unique swing, and when you look at it, you kind of look back and you go, okay, that went a long way. Okay, that went right at the hole. And she's got such control over a golf ball. It's amazing. And the wins are going to continue to pile up for her year after year. I'm blown away by the fact that she is so aggressive on every single shot. There is no laying up in her game, and I love that. Now, that might cost her a few wins, but I tell you what, she's going to have a lot of wins because of that as well. I love the way she plays the game. It's exciting.
Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She's 2 strokes behind her rival this week.
And back to the course with the live action. Well, this would be a good putt to make to move into the top 5. Ouch, that hurts. An opportunity to make their par. Trailing by a few shots after that hole. Stretching out over 600 yards means the par 5 fifth is no snack.
It is. Luke, I rarely say that par 5s on the PGA Tour are challenging, but this is definitely one of them. It's an uphill tee shot and a second shot that is downhill, moving from right to left, that's completely blind for these players. There is a tree about 100 yards out, which is going to be something they aim at when they lay up. Third shot, though, is very basic, down the hill to a fairly flat green surrounded by some bunkers. More than likely, most players are going to have to lay it up on this par 5.
Oh, that's a high caliber shot. And they're playing from about 140 yards out. Just 3 strokes back. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. And this putt to move into the top 10. Oh, just missed. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
She got one back on that last hole.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. The sixth hole at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, Rich. It's a challenging one, isn't it?
If you find the fairway off the tee here, you are an amazing human being. The fairway tilts from right to left very significantly. Holding the fairway is almost impossible.
Well, doesn't take a genius to know that this is not a good place to be. That got a little out of control, I think.
Hard to control the distance when you're coming out of the rough.
Didn't that look good for a long time? Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here.
Yep, tracking nicely.
Oh, wonderful effort. Confirms the par. Oh, we'll take that and a spot in the top 10 to boot. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Standing on the seventh tee, players get to breathe a sigh of relief having the sixth behind them.
You know, Luke, this is sneaky hard, to be fair. You don't need driver, and so you might get lulled to sleep a little bit by taking three-wood out just for position. Any misses to the right or the left are going to be blocked out by some pretty gnarly trees. The green tilts from right to left ever so slightly, and watch out for those deep bunkers fronting this green. They'll grab your golf ball in a hurry.
Yep, solid connection. This is looking good.
Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She's got some work to do. She's 2 strokes behind so far.
Going with the 8-iron here. And back to the play, shall we? Getting ready to play their third. 3 strokes off the lead. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? What's in front of them, Henny?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
Ooh. Putting for bogey. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. Currently at +1 for the day. Well, if you haven't felt snake bitten already, the 8th at 230 yards, Rich, will certainly get you.
Everybody loves a 230-yard par 3, don't we, Luke? They're just wonderful, wonderful designs, and I'm laughing because this is nearly impossible. This green is just a sliver up there. A high shot moving a little bit from left to right is an absolute must on this par 3.
Well, what a way to bounce back. Nice putt to hole. Well, that's worth a replay. Let's take another look.
Now this is how you putt. Take another look at this.
Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
And with that now, back to level par.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Ball striking continues to be the order of the day as the players arrive on the 9th tee, a par 4.
Yes, just thread those bunkers off the tee shot somehow with the driver. Second shot is going to be straight back up the hill. And once again, with the pin position over on the right-hand side, players will be unable to see where their golf ball pitches. This is a quality par 4.
Not bad. From about 100 yards.
Puff of wind blowing right to left.
Going with the pitching wedge here. See if he can get that one to come back to the left a little. Outstanding approach shot. Just 9 feet remaining to the hole.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Right over the spot they were looking at.
Oh, nice putt to make for a birdie. And that will take him to 1 under. Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up the leaderboard. Well played. The back nine at Innisbrook's Copperhead course begins with a par 4.
Straight down the hill these tee shots go. That bunker down the left-hand side should see a fair bit of action. If you leave it out to the right-hand side, there's some trees that are overhanging and will block out your second shot. This green tilts pretty good from back to front.
Oh, that was pure. This one from about 160 yards out.
Pretty good wind back into the player's face. Needs a little members bounce to the right.
Yeah, that was a safe play.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
Ooh, right by the hole. Well, that's a bit disappointing. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Job done. Let's head to the next. Currently 1 under for the round. Very few parts of the golf course make you feel comfortable, but chance of birdie at 11.
Finally, we have a birdie hole. Just avoid that bunker down the left-hand side. Find the right-hand side of the fairway. You can go ahead and chase one up there. Even if you can't get it on the green in 2, that front bunker is not a bad leave. But beware, there are some trees over on the right-hand side that could block you out.
Not quite sure about the strike on that one. This could be heading towards the rough. Still a chance to attack this hole from the first cut. Great shot. Let's move one step closer to the lead here. This putt for a share of 4th.
Now that's how you roll the rock.
Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
Here's Lexi Thompson. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Currently a couple under for the event.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Well, a birdie's also in your heart, standing on the 12th tee. A short par 4, Rich. Decisions to be made?
Just a long iron or a hybrid for this tee shot here, Luke. Second shot, you're coming in with some kind of short iron to a green that's protected by a deep bunker in the front.
Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
Our wind's just going to knock the ball down. It's straight at the back.
This one might need to get down a little. A little off the mark on that approach shot.
Yeah, it took a bit too much club on that one.
Well, just like Lloyd Christmas, you've got a chance. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Firm, back, up the hill. This will be a good one.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? No, that's too bad. 4 feet to the cup. And that's for a bogey. Well, that's a shame. That'll drop them down the standings, that's for sure. Lucky 13 for some. This par 3 plays 200 yards.
Luke, this tee shot is about as hard as 8th grade algebra. It is absolutely mind-bending. It doesn't look like much, but that green absolutely I think the green is made out of Gore-Tex. It repels golf balls.
Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. Ooh, that almost went down. Ooh, a 12-footer Love to make a few of these today.
An important par save.
A bit too much pace on that one. Just 3 feet to the cup.
This is a must-make, guys. They've got this for bogey.
And the putt drops, but that's back-to-back bogeys now.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And that ensures that he's back to even par now. The second of the back 9 par 5s, Rich 14. There's plenty to it.
Only the biggest hitters in the game can reach this one in 2, so any tee shot just out to the right is ideal. That way it leaves an easier shot out to the left for your layup. The third shot will be going downhill to a green that tilts from back to front, guarded by a deep bunker over on the left-hand side. You find the fairway with your second shot, and you've got a really good chance to hit your third in there close.
And here we are with the third shot. 4 strokes off the lead. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Well done. That takes the pressure off the putt. That's a chip to be proud of.
Love watching this player around the greens.
Here's Lexi Thompson. And after that effort, that's how it looks. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. The long par 3 continues to be a feature here at the Copperhead course, and 15's no different.
It is. Thankfully, though, this is the flattest green, or one of the flattest greens on the golf course here. It's basically just a long iron down the hill to this flat green, but don't miss it left. That is no good.
Going with the 5-iron here. It's heading to the bunker for sure. Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down.
Wind got that one and took it wayward.
That's in the sand. And he needs this to save par.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
Never mind. Just go and make the next one you stand over. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. Well, as you enter the dreaded snake pit here at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, Rich, you know where you stand on the 16th tee.
This tee shot forces your hand. You must take it down the right-hand side in order to have a good look at this green for your second shot. Any misses out to the left, you're going to find the trees and all sorts of trouble.
Well, this could alter the line of the shot. That's not what they hoped for. I'm definite about that. Henny, how's that ball lying?
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the second cut.
Playing their 4th shot. 5 shots off the lead. Big time play, that one, at the right time too.
Saving one there after being all over the parking lot, chipping in for the par.
And it's time to recap that play.
Now look how they attacked this one.
Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rivals scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
And a very familiar sight, Tiger Woods on top of the leaderboard. The Copperhead's penultimate hole is a good par 3 playing up the hill.
It's a tough tee shot, plays longer than what's on the yardage. Any pin that's in the front part of the green is a difficult one to find as the green is so narrow.
He's found the surface. Good chance here. And this putt to move into the top 10. That's frustrating. Putting for par. Oh, that looks like a pure stroke. Tiger Woods back in his familiar spot, currently leading the event as we head to the next hole. The closing hole of Innisbrook's Copperhead course is also the final hole of the Snake Pit, and this one here has everything going against it.
Lay it back and you're going to have a long second shot back up the hill, but if you take driver and find the fairway, you'll be rewarded with a very short second shot.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. A quality shot that. They're a long way from the hole here. Work to be done. That was a gallant attempt. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. And this putt coming up for his par. The putt drops, and this player is finished for the day. Well, that's a shame. Off to a great start, but ultimately they blew it.
They did. It was, they had everything going in the front nine, and all of a sudden they make the turn, and where does it go? Right down the toilet.
Well, that'll just